Hey everybody. I know, right? Wow. So I wrote down what I wanted to say because I'm kind of nervous and I know I'm going to get emotional. So here goes. Here I am in all my unabashed truth. Some of you may or may not know that I've been battling cancer this year. I would like to take you through my journey, but in order to do that, I have to go back a few years, back to when I still lived in New York. Back when I was in my mid-40s, like around 2019, I had been experiencing some female issues, and I spent an entire year going to my gynecologist's office. My doctor had been on maternity leave, so I was never seen by the same doctor twice. I was going once every couple of months because something just didn't seem right. The doctors kept telling me, well, you're getting to about that age and your cycle's going to come and go. And so I just was like, okay, whatever. Tungsten! Mommy said be quiet. When my doctor finally came back from maternity leave, she suggested that I get an IUD. I agreed, and that was that. Problem solved. So then I moved to Tennessee in March of 2022 because GM in New York was downsizing and I was afraid I was going to lose my job. I moved with the help of my son, who, after unloading and returning the U-Haul truck, got a flight back to New York, which is rightfully so because he has his own family, much to the protest of his wife because she wanted to move here to Tennessee with me. And Amani, I love you for being so loyal. Anywho, at the end of March, I met an amazing man, Bill. 6 months later, we started planning our future together. In September, October of that year, I had been told that they had found some abnormal cells, tungsten, on my cervix. I ended up having a third of my cervix removed and returned to work a month later. In January 2023, his sweet little girl, Marianne, came to live with us, and we were married that April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2023. His sweet little girl, I told you I was going to screw up. In the coming year, we filed for custody of Marianne as she decided she wanted to stay living with us rather than returning to Florida. Also that year, Marianne asked if we could start going to church. After a bit of research, Bill suggested we check out this little one around the corner called Hope Fellowship Church. That October of 2023, while researching places to have her birthday, oh, wow, I really jumped there. So anyways, Marianne wanted to have a roller skating party for her birthday. And so we were at the skating rink skating, and I fell and broke my wrist. She ended up having a sleepover party instead. Besides her birthday, Marianne had another milestone that month. She got baptized December 3rd. I returned to work after being out on disability for 3 months, and Bill, coincidentally, was out of work for those same 3 months. He had lost his job doing the cell phone tower job that he was doing, and it was a rough 3 months. I went back to work, and Bill found a new job. During that time, our church was there, helping Bill make connections to find a job and give encouragement and strength in our faith. On February 4th, 2024, I was rebaptized, solidifying my faith. Things were going great. Summer of 2024, I had my IUD removed and things were okay, but doctors were keeping an eye on those abnormal cells. Oh, okay, where was I? Abnormal cells. There we go. In the beginning of 2024, I had pain in my left breast and a pea-sized lump. This can sometimes happen during a woman's cycle, and it can be nothing. It went away when my cycle did. At the end of the month, I again got my cycle and found a second lump. This one was in a different spot. This time I went to the doctor. My gynecologist sent me for a mammogram. I was due for one anyways. They said they needed to do an ultrasound because of dense tissue, which they've been telling me that for like at least 5 years or so I didn't think anything of it. During the ultrasound, the tech left the room and came back with the doctor. He told me that there were, in fact, 2 lumps that they wanted to do a biopsy on. An instant panic set in, and tears started streaming down my face. That was the last appointment of the day, and they held my hand. Why does this not look right? They held my hand. Oh, because it's printed on both sides. Duh. I told you I was going to screw up a lot. They held my hand and let me take as much time as I needed. I got in the car and I called Bill. I cried. I screamed, both because of the situation and the traffic. I had to get in touch with my boss and the union rep to let them know I wouldn't be coming in the next day because they scheduled my biopsy for first thing the next morning. The next morning came and I was back in their office. The same doctor came in. He described the procedure and told me everything that he was doing while he was doing it. Afterwards, he told me, based on the samples that he pulled, that it didn't look good. But my doctor would call me with the results in a few days. By this time, we were approaching the holidays. And the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, my gynecologist called at 5:30 in the evening, after hours. So you kind of figure it's not going to be good. She delivered the biggest blow that I now had to convey to my family just before the holidays. Cancer. I immediately started crying and asking God why. I voiced out loud, what have I done in my life that I'm being punished? I cried so hard that I made myself sick. Bill and I called each of our boys on speakerphone, and we told them what we were just told. Their response was, okay, what do you need? What can we do? Please tell us what to do. We told them as soon as we know what the next steps are, we will let you know. The biopsy samples were tested to see what stage I was at. I was told I was stage 2C. Then it was on to specialist consultations, 3 to be exact. I saw a specialist who was going to install a device known as a port. That's this thing right here. It's where I get my treatments through. Let's see. I keep losing my spot. Oh, there we go. Another was a consultation for breast surgery and reconstruction. And the third was a radiologist. January 3rd, 2025, I had surgery to have my port installed. And then I was sent for multiple scans and also an echocardiogram to establish a baseline before treatment, as treatments can cause heart conditions. By the end of January, the scans revealed that the cancer had already spread to my liver and was now stage 4. I had a total of 6 tumors, 2 in my left breast and 4 on my liver. removal and reconstructive surgery were now not an option, and I was told to start making arrangements. And that my treatments were just basically going to be keeping me comfortable until the inevitable. I started my first chemo treatment on February 13th, 2025, and would go once every 3 weeks for a total of 6 treatments, which carried me to the end of May. I went for an echocardiogram and CT scans every 3 treatments. At the end of the 6 treatments, the 2 in my breast were completely gone, and 2 out of the 4 on my liver were also completely gone. I asked the doctor if I could do more chemo to try to get rid of the remaining 2 tumors. She said that we can only do 2 more because after that she feels that the chemo would do more harm than good. I have an itch on my arm, sorry. I took the summer to recoup from the original treatments, but continued to go once every 3 weeks for hormone infusions. That treatment is because the type of cancer I had was known as triple positive. It means that I was producing too much estrogen, progesterone, and something else called the HER2 protein. And that's why, that's what caused the tumors. It's because my body couldn't get rid of it as fast as I was producing it. And that's also why it was spreading so quickly. I then had 2 more chemo treatments in August. My new scan on September 2nd of this year, 2025, showed that the remaining 2 have shrunk considerably. They're almost gone. They're less than a centimeter. My doctor feels that they will continue shrinking with the hormone medication that I get infusion therapy for. Throughout the entire time, I went to church, I volunteered, and I did what I could to fill my time when I could. My treatments left me feeling like I had the flu for 10 days and tired the other 10 until my next treatment. Thankfully, my side effects were minimal. And we had some visitors, our sons, and other family from up north periodically. The biggest moment, though, was right around my second treatment. A very distinct calm came over me. It was like a light bulb over my head. And it suddenly dawned on me that no matter the outcome, it was a winning situation for me. I was either going to make it through this and get better, or I would get to go to heaven and meet God. Like I said, win-win. Were there still days that my faith was tested? I would be lying if I said anything other than no. But I prayed, not just for myself to be healed, but for my family. I prayed that God would see fit to use this opportunity to teach them that life is a gift and to cherish every moment that you have with those you love. To help them grow in faith, love, and understanding. To use me and heal me and show them that miracles happen, and use that miracle to grow their relationship with God. To comfort them if in fact He sees fit to allow me to join Him in heaven. I know I just dumped a lot at your door, but I felt it was time to share my journey with everyone, because I want each and every one of you to reflect, to mend offense, to love, to learn, to heal, and most importantly, pray. You may think, I haven't had a relationship with God in years. He doesn't want to hear from me. I'm here to tell you that nothing could be further from the truth. I read the Bible from cover to cover last year in the Old Testament. Most of the people that God picked to spread His word and make prophets, they were felons. Don't think God can't use you or that he doesn't want a relationship with you. Yes, we all fall short because none of us are perfect. But that is the beauty of unconditional love. Our Father is there with welcoming arms when we're ready to have a relationship with him. Thank you all for listening, and stay tuned because I'm going to do a lot more on social media. I'm going to do something called Christine and Other C Words, where I talk about cooking and crafting and cosmetics, and also how cancer has affected my life. I love you all. Bye.